there folks, it's Kikoskia here and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 2 VGA, and when last we left off, that is a very fancy fire animation I've just noticed. Anyway, we are in the weapon shop after exchanging all of our money. No longer are we holding on to Speilbergian gold coins, we now have golden dinars and no brass centines. But we do need some brass centines, as we have a lot of weight allocated to our coin purse. We need a lot more strength so that we can carry more stuff. We also need to talk to you. Hello. How are you?
I'm a sir of the House of Usher.
And what news do you have?
I haven't got all day. Make it quick.
What about your rumours?
I don't much like nosy little twerps.
Noted. Let's talk about trophies.
Those are my trophies from arm wrestling tournaments in Petalumir. They are not for sale.
Arm wrestling?
Takes real muscle to be good at arm wrestling. I'm the best. If you want me to prove it, let me know and I'll be glad to wrestle you.
Not right now. What about Shapeir?
This place is the best weapon shop in the world.
And you're not biased at all in that statement. Let's talk about the weapons.
I make the finest weapons in all Shapeir.
Ooh, you have a lot. What about the sword?
You need my sword. A guy like you needs all the help you can get. It'll only cost 100 dinars when you trade in your own sword.
Okay, so that's a better sword. What about daggers?
I can sell you the best daggers you've ever seen for only 500 centines apiece.
Noted. A mace.
That is sold to one of the Sultan's guards. He picks it up today.
Fair enough, no mace.
That is sold to someone else. They'll pick it up tomorrow.
What about the chainmail?
It is the finest suit of mail in all the realm. Its value is far beyond you.
Right, I'm gonna need that, aren't I, at some point? What about the Adventurers Guild?
That place is for sissies. After all, it's run by a woman.
Issa! Really? That is a terrible attitude to have. Let's talk about Dinazad.
Nice name.
What about the desert?
The desert is where you separate the men from the wimps.
What about the monsters?
If you want monsters, go out in the desert at night. That's where real men get weapon practice, not with some wimpy dame in the guild hall.
Again, that is a terrible attitude to have. Do I want your sword? I probably want your sword. As much as I don't want to spend money, I probably want to buy that because it means I'm not going to die. I will buy a fine sword. Yes. I could offer a little less money. What if I offer 90 dinars?
There you go.
Having traded in your old sword and paid in the money, you now have one of Issa's swords. For all the bragging, he does make a fine weapon. Oh, it does look pretty fine. This is a fine sword for the weapon shop of Issa. It's 420. Alright, don't think there's much else we need to do here right now. Can I take this?
Why would you need my bellows? What's the story, bub?
I don't need it right now, but I will leave. I probably made a mistake not haggling you down further. As an aside, if I look at my... No, that's not what I want. My skills... 85 communication! That is slowly going up. Very slowly it is going up. Interesting. And apparently my honor is 50. That aside, we will move over here. And... Ooh, we'll talk to you. The creature before you looks like a cross between a centaur and a lion. His muscular upper torso and leonine features add a certain ferocity to his appearance, but his eyes look kindly and calmly back at you. You notice a bandage is wrapped around his hind leg. Hello. What is your name?
My name is Rakish Santama. I am called Rakish. I am of the Lion Tor people. The Sultan summoned me to Shapeir to aid against the dark magic which even now hovers near the city. I fear, though, that I am not the hero I was once. Perhaps you will become the hero they need.
Let's ask about the Lion Tor people.
We are a proud race of strong warriors, although we do tend to be a bit vain and perhaps a bit boastful.
Hero?
A true hero knows what must be done when there is need, and he must be able to do it. I hope I can. Let's talk about daily news. Shapeir has many tales to tell. Of what do you wish to discuss? Just rumours. The stories told about Razir lead one to suspect that it is not a very pleasant place to be. Understatement of the century from what I've heard. This is a fine kingdom, and its ruler is very wise, but there are signs of dark magic seeking to overwhelm Shapeir. Let's talk about the Adventurers Guild. The place is very much a home for me. Marvellous. What about adventure? When I was younger, I did much adventuring and exploring. That was, of course, before my leg was injured. I do not travel much now. I am here at the Sultan's request. What about your leg? My leg was damaged a long time ago when I tried to fight a demon that was destroying my people. The demon struck me with its poisoned tail. The bone was shattered, and because of the poison, the leg did not heal correctly, even with magic. Demon. The demon was sent by a wizard who sought to overthrow my kingdom. I defeated the demon and eventually the wizard, but I had to give up the rule of my kingdom to my brother. Interesting. Tell me more of this wizard. The wizard turned out to be a demon who sought through magical means to break the barriers between his world and ours. It took many years, but I at last managed to send the demon wizard back to his own world. What about the kingdom? I ruled the kingdom of Tana until I had to choose between ruling my people or preventing the wizard from doing greater evil. I do not regret the choice I made. It's a very noble choice. My brother became a most wise ruler of Tama, and I learned what it is to be a paladin. Paladins, eh? The way of the paladin is to seek to know that which truly is. The paladin strives to learn his own inner nature and that of others. The paladin does whatever needs to be done to bring light to the world. Not for glory, not for gain. The paladin becomes a paladin because it is his will. Got points for that! Will, eh? The will is the very essence of your soul. Interesting to know. What about... Oh, we went deep into that line there. What about the inn? Your Kata friends have a most excellent inn from all I hear. Let's talk about Kata. It is easy to underestimate the Kata. They are shrewd and see much. That they do. What about the fountain? The fountain which forms this city is indeed magical. It gives life to all that live around it. I bet something's going to try and corrupt that at some point. Magic surrounds all of us in this world and is a part of us also. Aziza has many more answers than I. We'll have to go talk to them at some point, if we can find them. Let's talk about Dinazad. Her place is in the middle of a web of alleys to the southeast. Fair enough. What about Aziza? Aziza is a very powerful enchantress, wise in the ways of the elements. You might visit her house, near the Shmali Tariq, if you could win her respect. I hope I can. What about the astrologer? He seeks knowledge in the stars. I find knowledge everywhere. Both very valid ways of looking for things. What about Razir? The rumours from Razir are that laws have become more important than men, and that it has become a crime to think. Few go to that city now, and even fewer return. Yeah, that's not good. Let's go into this guild, shall we? Hello! Ah, the hero of the Katas. You have some reputation already to hear merchants talk. If you are as good as they say you are, then you must be plenty good. I be Uhura. I be honored you visit. Hello! There's a lot of things to look at here. This is a logo of the Eternal Order of Fighters. There is some text written on the plaque. Uhura prefers very heavy spears for their greater impact. Makes sense? The tusks could only have come from a rather large specimen of Hephalumpus purobidus. I get it! This creature's head looks like that of an overgrown canine, but if the plaque is to be believed, it must have been separated from a humanoid torso. The plaque leads Jackal Man slain by sweeping Sir James. Interesting. The bow and quiver on the wall are for times of war. The stuffed head brings back memories of your encounters with those lovable Saurus Rexes in Speilberg. This relative doesn't look as bulky, but seems every bit as mean. The plaque reads, Pterosaurus slain by Rakish Satana. Ah, we have spoken to Rakish. A few primitive axes are leaning against the wall. An old shield is gathering dust against the wall. Some
Fracanian drums sit in one corner of the room. You wonder if Uhura ever uses them. The standard Guildhall quest board, one of the less unusual things in this room, has an assortment of notices posted. Good to know. Some carpets on the floor make up for the lack of chairs in this room. You wonder in what manner old Wolfgang Abenteuer would spend the time here. The Guildhall is more colourful and primitive than others that you have seen. As is the custom, artifacts are displayed on the walls, notices are posted on the quest board, and the emblem of the Eternal Order of Fighters is prominent. The pillows look comfortable enough, that they do. A native Fracanian shield and 2 crossed spears adorn the part of the wall above the doorway. It's the head of the rare southern moose. You could tell by the hat. The pot holds Uhura's water supply. Ah! The log is for the most part written in a language you can't read. Well, you know what we have to do? You sign your name in the book with a flourish. You just have to. Oh, you just have to. The doorway on the left is blocked off by a curtain. You assume it leads to Uhura's private quarters. The doorway to the right seems to lead to the practice area. Well, let's say hello to you. Introduce ourselves. Get to know the people of the guild. Hello. My name is Uhura. It means freedom in my people's voice. Let's talk about your people. My people be very far from here. I be Simbani warrior, but Simbani woman cannot be wife and warrior. So I be coming to Shapeir to find father so I can bear child. Now I have Simba, and still remain Simbani warrior. Interesting. What about your homeland? My land and people are many months' travel from here. Let's talk about Simba's father. Simba's father be in the Sultan's guards. Strong fighter. He be almost better than me. Almost? Let's talk about, the daily news. Always be things going on here. Much to talk about. What do you want to know? What about rumours? Maybe there be needing new guildmaster here soon, I be thinking. When problems be in Shapeir, I be here. When problems be going, I be going. I'm afraid I can't fit that role, because I'm probably not going to be here that long, but I'm sure someone will show up. Let's talk about Shapeir. This be a good place to stay while Simba be so small. Soon he be big enough to travel. Then we be going back to my home. Let's talk about the guild. This place I be working while Simba be small. I be good fighter, good adventurer. You need help fighting. I be good teacher too. Teacher, eh? Maybe we practice combat skills, you and I. Let's talk about work. Rakish be saying that bad things happen here soon. Bad magic. He come down. Somebody has got to stop him. Maybe you. Maybe me. Let's talk of Rakish. Rakish be very fine warrior. He knows to be gentle and kind too. Very wise, very strong. But his leg be plenty bad. Hurt him all the time. Let's talk about that leg. Rakish's leg be broken badly in fight long time ago. It did not heal right. It did not. Let's talk about the book. That be where you sign in to be adventurer in Shapeir. And I've already done that. There be jobs, plenty of rewards for good adventurers. There be many more before I come here. But I be taking care of Simba too much now for jobs. Rewards. The Sultan be very wise and generous. Sometimes he has Rakish give rewards to those who has done things for him. Noted? What about the plaque? That be the motto of the EOF. Read it. I will. Men join to show off muscles and talk big. Good to know. Let's talk. Oh, there's a lot here. The fountain. You will be finding a fountain if you go east of this plaza. Good to know. That brings us back to there. We have the inn. Hear many good things about your friends at the inn. They be heroes to the other kata. Say that you be hero too. I'm just a fighter. Kata. They be good hunters if you get them away from the city. What about hero? To be real hero here, you need to become paladin. Everyone keeps talking about paladins. One very special a paladin be. Talk to Rakish. He be knowing very much about paladins. Oh, he does. Right, let's talk about Harik. In the plaza of the fountain be the man who makes things to help people. He always needs things to be making what he does. Good to know. Then there's Iso. That man has more muscles than he has brains. He makes good weapons though.
His swords be very fine. I have one. There's Dinazad. Go to the east and then go south when you can. Follow the road and you'll be finding her.
Excellent. Then there's Keep on Laughing.
That be a very strange man, I think. His shop of magic be east of here, in the Plaza of the Fountain.
And we have been there. And we'll talk about Simba.
Simba means lion in my language. Rakish says he sounds like a lion cub when he cries.
Aww.
Let's talk about the desert. No place for fools. Too hot in the day, too many monsters at night. Very easy to get lost and never come back from there.
We might need to buy a couple of water skins.
Let's talk about monsters. Many monsters live in the desert. You be going there, you need watch for jackal men and ghouls at night. During day, you find brigands, scorpions, and pterosaurs. Always a problem.
Learn some things! Right, got some points. Let's talk about jackal men.
One jackal man not be all that tough, but many jackal men be wearing down even good fighters. Keep rest of the pack off your flank at all cost.
I'll try.
Ghouls. Ghouls be bad magic things, only out at night. They eat the dead, but they will not be picky if they get the chance to eat you. They steal your life and then use it to cast spells against you. Avoid their spells and kill them quickly while they are weak.
I'll try.
Brigands. Brigands be only moderate fighters, but they can still kill unprepared victims. You be fine as long as you attack and defend better than they do.
Can't promise that'll happen. The combat system in this is quite different compared to Quest for Glory 1.
Scorpions. If you be fighting Scorpion, you must watch the tail. If a tail gets you, then you will be pretty sick, maybe dead, unless you get healing. Scorpion be not very smart fighter though.
Good to know. Pterosaurus?
Dinosaur thing with many claws and teeth. It likes to eat people. Look out when it leaps at you. It can tear you up if you do not dodge. Few weeks ago, one pterosaur approached city and invade pen, tried to kill riding sauruses. Rakish was nearby and helped gate guard slay it. Now head hangs on wall.
Oh, and a griffin.
Strong fighter with claws and beak it be. Tear you to shreds unless you dodge and fight better.
Good to know.
What about Razir? Very bad things happen there. Maybe they start to happen here. I be hoping not. I be strong fighter, but such things come with bad magic. Hard to fight magic with a spear.
That is true. That is very true. We could go to the room over here and have a bit of a training session. Maybe. But first, read this. If you've got real guts and don't know the meaning of fear, if you've got real muscles and don't take guff from no one, if you've got real weapon and know how to use it, then maybe you're good enough to join the Eternal Order of Fighters. We pick only the best to join, and we'll be watching you. So don't just be good, be great. Be a member of EOF, Eternal Order of Fighters. The guts, the glory, the greatest. What about this? We have things here. They will be given to the one who restores the Emir Urus al-Din to his rightful place in the palace of Razir, the sum of 1,000 dinars, by order of the Sultan Harun al-Rashid. I hope we can get that one done. The way of the paladin, to seek, to learn, to do. He who is willing to brave the desert should seek Harik Attar in his shop at the sign of the mortar and pestle by the fountain. That one shall find rewards for his courage. Okay, so we've got that one. Those who do service to the city and land of Shapeir shall know the rewards of goodness, by order of Sultan Harun al-Rashid. There is needed for a spell of great power the whirling part of a dervish. Inquire at the magic shop. Keep on laughing. Prop. Okay. Interesting. Gonna save after looking at all that. Now we're gonna go into here and see how much it costs to do some weapon training. That will be the place to see just how good of a fighter you are. I get tired of not using spear and shield for so long a while. Maybe you and I will go check out skills there. No throwing things though. Only melee fighting. Alright, let's give it a go. You go there! Oh, he's just watching. I am not good at this. I have tried the fighting. It's not a thing I'm good at. Must be the training area. Sometimes Rakish and I spar here when his leg be not hurting. If you have some spare time, we can practice a bit together. You may be a warrior, but there still be plenty of things to learn about combat. This is true. Simba looks excited.
You wonder if his mother always allows him to attend combat training. Possibly. There's a niche with a bench in the back wall. It's probably where the spectators are seated during competitions. Several tribal spears are sitting in the rack. A large tile pattern on the floor indicates the battle area. It's large enough to allow multiple duels at the same time. You're standing in an impressive-looking training room. Racks with weapons line the walls, and a large mosaic pattern marks the combat area. The place seems well kept and frequently used. This looks like an executioner's axe. It seems too large for practical combat. The woven basket contains a few sharp-tipped close combat daggers. It's either a huge Nigerian flag, a ceremonial banner, or some kind of stretcher for carrying injured combatants out of the area. This spear and Fracanian shield appear to be Uhura's combat equipment. The woman fits in well with the rest of the guild hall, but would stand out like a sore thumb in your average Shapeirian crowd. Her appearance gives you the impression that she's as foreign to these parts as you are. Twin brass sconces are affixed to the back wall. The doorway leads back to the main guild hall. And when we come back, folks, we will get some training done. That we will. It's important to get training done. Hopefully it doesn't cost that much. We do need to save some money. We'll get some money, sure enough, by, I don't know, killing some people and looting them, no doubt. The important part is we have the sword. The sword is important. We need that sword. It'll be that much better at fighting. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.